Ba-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dee-da-da. Zum-ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-doo. Oh, let us get the ball rolling! Hello, travelers of the internet. Welcome back to Guardian Studios. Or if you are new to the channel, hey there and welcome to ya. My name is JGardo1 and I am your host, your guide, and your humble bard into the worlds virtual and fantastical. And I am very pleased to welcome you all back to the channel, or in the case of the newcomers, welcome you fresh to a Guardian Studios experience here on the YouTube channel. We are diving back into the world of Galabor, my friends, where we have a very big project underway, and we need to get things really working this time. Hello, Shadow Clips! Thank you for dropping in, my dude, and thank you for dropping the rules in the chat. Always appreciate when someone does that. Thank you for doing it. Hope you are having a good day or night, my friend, and I hope you can stick around for a little while. It'd be nice to have you. We'd be happy to have you. Alright, where did I put them? Aha! Mangrove. I'm thinking for the guest house, I want to do a mangrove floor with a delightful little trim. With a delightful little combo of oak walls and bamboo ceiling. I feel like that would be a fun thing to do. Make it nice and bright up top, and a little darker down below, whereas our main house is the other way around. Ah, alright, Shadow. Alright. Hey, glad to hear you can stick around until you fall asleep, dude. You feel free to do so if you wanna. Huh, funny. I'm kind of incorporating blue, yellow, and red into the guest house. Those colors have always been associated in my mind with friendship when used together. Oh, sorry about that little chuckle. I just saw Shadow Clips put that, put a bunch of Z's in the, bunch of sleep Z's in the chat. Just made me chuckle. It got a chuckle out of me. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to finish the flooring with this many, mangrove slabs, but this is a good start, right? Right. That's part of Hobbit Hole's style. It's kind of to blend the door. It's to help give the illusion of a round door. I did the same thing over here with this door. If you look, I kind of did the same thing there. I made it so that the block under the door is the same color to give the illusion that this was meant to be one solid blue door. At least that was my intention. I don't know if it really works, but that was the intention. Hey, Ellison! Good to see ya! Glad you can make it to the stream. How you doing? Doing alright tonight? I hope so. I hope you've had a good day, Ellison. I hope you have a good evening as well. If it is in fact evening for you. I'm pretty sure it is, but I don't want to just outright assume. That's why I couldn't move, because there was wall in my way. Alright, so I am definitely going to need more mangrove wood. That sucks. Means on the mangrove wood, we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait on finishing the floor. Thankfully, I've got a bunch of oaks, so I don't have to wait around at all for doing the walls. And as for the ceiling, well, we got bamboo growing even as we speak. What did you see, Ellison? I am curious. Yeah, sometimes I like to combine colors that it doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense. And in this case, that's what I'm doing with the mangrove, the oak, the warped for the door, and of course the a chicken jockey costume? Oh my gosh, that's funny. That is just downright funny right there. But I do like experimenting sometimes with color palettes, block palettes. And just see what I end up liking. And some time ago, I did spruce, oak, birch, and combined them together in building something, and I loved it. And that's kind of been my go-to color palette for, like, building houses ever since. With cobblestone thrown in now and then. Ow, what the... Okay. Speaking of chicken jockeys, we have zombies, skeletons, and creepers all on the move. Okay. I gotta light that place back up. But I took away all the torches because I need to be able to work on the floor. Did you send him after me, Ellison? I see that you said it's Timmy. Did you send him after me? The one time I don't have my friend Fred to feed them pumpkin pie. I'm gonna have to call Fred and see if he can pick Timmy up and give him a little ride for some pumpkin pie. I mean, I've got... Between all my varying worlds, I'm sure I've got enough emeralds to afford paying Fred's price for doing a task like that. And the guy does owe me, so... Hello, Ham! Good to see you, my man! Oh, wow. 50 hours in and you get one ending? So this is a multiple ending game, huh? Is it based on what you do specifically in that run? Is it based on how much of something particular you do? What's the deal? I'm curious. I've heard that Hollow Knight is a very difficult game. I think one person I caught a glimpse of a video, it said they said that Hollow Knight was basically like a the Dark Souls of side scrollers, I think they called it. Which, considering that game is so well loved, as I know it to be, that sounds like high praise. Alright, this guy didn't have anything that I need. I'm going to just go ahead and eliminate him. Because I see no point keeping a wandering trader around that doesn't have a trade that I can make use of. Hey, I can totally understand that, Ham. I can totally understand that. Breath of the Wild is that way for me. When I first played through Breath of the Wild, I didn't want the game to end. Going back and playing it again, I see so many details that I missed the first time around. See different environments that I hadn't really paid attention to and realize little bits about them. There are some games that are just so good, you do not want them to come to an end. You want to keep experiencing the story of the world and its characters. And I love that there are games that can make that feeling happen in spite of everything. Honestly, I would love to play through Breath of the Wild on the channel properly at some point. I tried streaming Tears of the Kingdom sometime back. I may redo that run as videos sometime, so you guys can see the game if you haven't already. I think you mean 6 years. I think you mean 6 years, Ham, based on what I've heard. And yeah, between it being a very small team and them putting in so much effort from what I've heard, yeah. I can just imagine how big a deal the game must feel like. Yeah, my understanding is that it's been 6 years since Hollow Knight. And now Silksong has finally come out after people were begging for it for ages. I gotta hand it to this Team Cherry group that made the game. They had the right idea, saying the game will come out when it is done. More game companies, both the small and the big, need to uphold that kind of policy. Also, Ellison, thank you for the compliments. I don't quite see it myself, but thank you, just the same. Yeah, I would be too. I would prefer that game companies take their time to make their stuff. That they let the project take whatever amount of time it needs to be done, to be made, to be polished to the perfection that they seek, or as close to it as they can get, and then they give us the product. I don't want games to have to cut content or rush parts of it or anything like that, because all that does, if they pick a deadline and stick to it with a video game that is as ambitious as it sounds like Hollow Knight and Silksong each were, it messes up the quality. I mean, people say there's a lot of content that had to get cut in a lot of different games. And I don't like games having to have content cut. Alrighty, Ellison. Thank you. Sounds like they really went all in making this Silksong game worth all the time they had to put into it. I have never played Hollow Knight, but honestly, hearing so many people get so excited about it makes me want to try it one day, even if only once, to see what it's like. Huh. One day, my friend, one day I will get the games, both of them, and give them a try in some way. I most definitely will. Because I have been curious about Hollow Knight before. I'd heard it was a hard game, wasn't sure I wanted to bother, but now I think I do want to try it. And Silk Song. I can't promise when I will ever be able to do it, but one day I will do it. I may end up needing to break down some more oak trees at some point soon. I'd rather not have to do that, but guys gotta do what a guy's gotta do, right? To build this guest house, I definitely have to do whatever I have to do. Whoop, whoop. Oh man, I didn't think about this, but I'm kind of sitting right on top of my living room, aren't I? Yeah, I am. Yeah, that definitely tells you something. It always seems like wikis and things like that are up almost the instant a game goes live. If they haven't got a whole lot in there yet, then people are definitely still getting acquainted with the game, and that just reiterates this Team Cherry group really put in 110% on this Silk Song game. I give them props for that. I give them full marks for doing that. If I were judging the game based only on how big the game sounds like it is, and how hyped people are getting over it, I'd already be giving it at minimum a 7.5 out of 10. Possibly 8 out of 10. You know, that'd be kind of an interesting thing. Go through some of the game series that I've played and do like a ranking of them. I may have to do that sometime. Yeah, go through some of the game series that I've played and do a ranking of them. See how I decide they stack up. Or see how they end up stacking up when I'm done ranking them. There's a couple series where I could do that. I mean, there's a handful of game series where I've actually played every single game that they've made for it, one form or another. I hear you. I hear you. There are some games that you experience them, you just have to give them an automatic 10 because they're that good. There are some series where I'm sure it'll be difficult for me to stay objective in my ranking them out of 10, but I would definitely give it a shot. And I may actually try to make a video like that at some point soon. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. A lot of games that I've played end up having some kind of position like that for me. A lot of them end up being, in some way, shape, or another, very important to me. So I totally understand that feeling. Is that the walls all done? That's the walls pretty much done. I want to leave this as it is. I kind of want to make like a breakfast nook kind of bar thingy. You downloaded Bedrock again? Nice. What's the but? Oh, you don't have. You can't support the shader, the vibrant visuals. Oh man. Yeah, I can kind of agree. I can agree. I can see it. I can see them still being enjoyable. I haven't been on the Hive in, like, maybe a year at this point, I think. Half a year for sure. Wow. I hadn't really stopped to think about that. I haven't been on the Hive in half a year. Give or take. That's almost scary. But, for one thing, I haven't really had any real reason to go on there. Pillar thingy. Oh, I've seen that. I've seen shorts of people playing that. It kinda seems interesting, kinda seems a little weird. Why am I missing 3 blocks? Oh, that's why, because I had a stack, had a partial stack on me already. Alright, that's a lot of bamboo. I can kind of understand why it would be an automatic win because, or a near automatic win because, let's face it, use a fishing rod right, nobody can beat you in a Minecraft fight. Use a fishing rod the right way, and good grief. Everybody getting flung off of their platforms, drop to the bottom, and bye-bye, bozos. Hello, trophy. Not saying anybody would actually be saying that, but it also wouldn't surprise me if someone said something similar. Unfortunately, knowing today's brand of gamer, most of them would probably be throwing in some words that I personally don't have any care for, but to each their own, I suppose. Really? Well, I mean, if you enjoy the game, I can't say I would blame you. There's a bunch of games that I would love to break out again and play through all over again. Honestly, I'd love to play through some of my favorite games here on the channel. Unfortunately, there's a handful that, even if I tried to do that, I'm not sure I could really make great content out of it, because some of them don't have any major voice acting. So it's like, narrate it, read it, or let the viewers do that. I don't care for having to leave you guys in the lurch like that, having to read your way through one of my vids. Wouldn't feel right, you know? Yeah, it could. I mean, it would basically be me explaining what's happening in the scene so that viewers get the context at the very least, is what would end up happening in that event, if I did just narrating it. But I guess in some cases that could still be enjoyable. Now, if I had a way to have the game, the one particular game I would really love to be able to play for the channel and show you guys how great a game it is, then if I could find a way to have a full cast dub of that particular game. I'm not going to name the game, but if I could get that kind of situation, dear goodness incarnate, I would be over the moon, because that would be insanely fun. But chances of that happening are slim to none. But you never know. Maybe one day it'll be able to happen, or something like it'll be able to happen. There are some games that I would absolutely love to play through on the channel that are just so dang good. And one day, I will. One day I will share the joys of some of the games